Welcome back to Pisces TV. We are about to get started with your reading. I do hope that all is well, that you had a great weekend, a happy Easter, and heading into a productive week. It is now April 1st, right? April is, I heard, fated to be an adventure for water signs because, well, Pisces specifically, because I think Mars is in Pisces until the end of the month, and the energy that is necessary for some of those goals and some things that we're manifesting and attracting is there if we tap into it now. I love Mars. Today is Mars Day. I was born on a Tuesday, so actually it's the 2nd. Sorry. Okay, forgive me. I have laid out your archetype cards by the Wild Unknown, and we're going to start with the reading. I'm also going to take some clarifiers, and notice I just can't keep my hands off of these two for some reason, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk a little bit about it. We have the flame and the foundation. That's the subconscious energy. The image, the imagination. The flame is in the heart too. So the foundation of this may have something to do with your heart. I know that the root chakra is at the bottom, right? And we're down here with this red color or whatever. So I thought that was pretty interesting as well, if we're talking about alignments and where things may surface from, okay? So the fire, the spark, the glimmer, health, mental clarity, good digestion. For some, it could also represent complete darkness. So for the most part, all of the cards that have darkness have light, and the dark cards have this imagery in it that would cause for anyone to believe that even in darkness you have the nocturnal, right? Is that what it's called? The beings that they can see. So you good. Just focus on the light, but you're good. Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire. To cup your hands gently around those things you've forgotten and protect the flame. No matter how harshly the winds around you blow, it could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It's likely that the poet, the mystic, or the shaman would call to you with the language of the flame. And guess who y'all got? You got the mentor, the number 6, and the crone coming in at 13. So I thought that was amazingly dope. Now when we rise up above the foundation, okay, we have the mentor and the crone. With the mentor being this, I've never seen owls with wings that long, but the owl comes in with the mentor and is the sage, which usually the crone has that sage energy as well, but this is the teacher, right? Sages are normally like protective and they guide, and this is more so like the teacher or the guru. So it's kind of like, it doesn't tell me about its relationship with you like this one would, okay? Focused, clear, bright, remains a student, self-serving, envious of youth, and righteous or rigid, whether it's in dark or light, okay? So just be mindful of that. It is said that the cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. So in real life, on the physical realm, there could be something that feels, or you could be the force. You could be the mentor. You could be the student. Okay? So the true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from a focused stream. Now, the Mars energy is possibly producing, the 5 of Wands energy in children or immature archetypes, okay, where it's just like a lot for nothing. The attention and the lack of paying it, right? So a clear mind would be beneficial. And then there's also the element of sipping from a focused stream, and this talked about focus. So instead of having this, oh my God, instead of having this wildfire here, right? This is just like a wild blob of fire here. The flame is more of a focused stream of fire. Okay? So we're talking about your awareness. Whether it's pleasant or painful, the mentor archetype has a gift for reading the room, for sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student. Okay? So if I were outside of myself and I were my guide or mentor, I could love you all day long, or at least like you a little bit, right, with this. But if I'm right now teaching you, it could be painful, but if it's leading to a greater good, especially if a decision or a transformation is involved, it's like I have to have this energy. Now we're going to talk about this energy, but right now it's more of a focus from being not all over the place, but not formed, right? That is deep. That is super cute. Ultimately, the mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good. I get that. And to not get frustrated, which some of you have experienced live, me going through that, right? When you done ran out of people to get mad at, you done been mad at yourself, and now it's like God and the spirit guides and the ancestors got you kicking and screaming. You ain't never been through it, that's okay. I have. Live on camera, give a fuck. I was like, I don't care. Because I'm a spoil and they know that. But anyway, this energy appears to not all the time take into consideration how you feel about something. But at the same time, it is very necessary, and if you allow yourself to be, you are aware of the necessity, the necessariness, right? So that's clear and cut. That's pretty cool. This could have happened already for some of you, maybe not yet. It could also be your personality or just dictate a situation where it's two ways. Something that's crazy. It's like the vision is here giving me Two of Swords vibes, right? You got the perched birds, which usually always mean some sort of message or something coming. When you see the perched birds, it's an invite, it's an offer, it's a message, and look at what could be coming. Y'all see this coin? Might be some coins, okay? Because the crown got the coin. The mentor has something that you are going to form. You're going to formulate it because you're different. You can do it. Let me show you. I gotta sprinkle down like that. The pearl in the center, I believe, is you protecting something that took it in. It ain't nothing like the kids you got, the creations you got. It's different. So be open to the new opportunities and things that may be different. Okay? A pearl sitting in a basket of regular eggs. This may be a situation that needs special attention paid to it. Okay? Anytime the mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. Want me to tell you why? Because the mother card, and we'll get to that one, is actually the source. Ooh. She get it from her mama. So it's like, this is the mentor, but the student, and this student mentor may have received this great mother, the feminine, the source energy here. Very interesting. As we begin the archetypal story of the mother's love is what it is, okay? Through her sensual, fertile, and life-giving energies, all creations take form regardless of our birth story. Each of our hearts beat for the first time in the warm womb of the mother. Okay, this could be literal, it could be figuratively. The mother, where she offered resources from her body for the building of our own. Yet her tale is not so simple, as the mother, especially on an earthly plane, contains both light and dark aspects, just like most everything else on this table. It talks about, with the best of intentions, the mother wraps her loving arms around her creations and begins to grip what is meant to be set free. And the mother both nurtures and prohibits growth. She gives yet clings, she creates yet restricts. Amid this complex energy, the mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. Wow. Okay. So glowing, generative, creative, and nurturing, but could be limiting. Now, what could be limiting in a situation? Or on the bright side, where we talk about the love, okay, we have Gnosis. One of my favorite cards, by the way. This is the innermost knowing, the mystic truth, or when to say when, like what the possible challenge could be, or what's going to be dealt with, or is being dealt with in the present moment, may have something to do with mystic truths, which means you're going to have to use a greater gift, or it's not going to be a favorable truth. Mystic, yeah. And innermost knowing also comes from within. You can't really be taught that. And we do have the student here. So there's that. I don't see the maiden, which is interesting because I have the mother and I have the crone. The maiden is at the beginning stage, right? The one who has the capacity to create. The mother has the capacity to nurture it into something where it could fly. Because like this one is gripping this bird. Y'all see that? They gripping this bird, and it's like the bird has, I don't know, it's interesting. Where it's like I'm gripping it, but so much so this hand is now blended into it, like becoming one, and could be with source. Okay, so do we hold on to it, or do we let it fly? That's something, I don't know. All right. It says, true knowledge is not found in facts and figures and scholarly books. See what I'm saying? Here go the student right here. This true knowledge is coming from another place. Okay? It says it's deep and timeless. The wisdom that rises from the felt experience. So some of us maybe have, are, or will experience something that is necessary for a greater good or some higher purpose. And that's pretty dope too. Because a lot of y'all know a couple of years ago when I went to Colorado, I took the course for the hypnosis therapy with Dolores Cannon's estate, her daughter and the people that's running the school. And it was ironic. Life is ironic, honestly, because she met her husband in the military. And I do believe, when I did my research, because this didn't come from her, remote observation was also connected to the military, the Cold War, one of them old school wars. And remote observation did require some sort of capacity to be present, non-physically, somewhere, or at least see it. And also a transmission of some sort of communication, information, or image. So if she hadn't been in the military or met her husband or went through the experiences she had, would she have had the audacity to do something that I ain't seen in no book yet, where she felt and believed the subconscious could be communicated to once you drop down past the ego and the conscious mind? And in doing so, you speak to it, and then later it speaks to the host, the body, the person, and drastic changes are made. I went through the course. I know for a Fendi fact it is so. And what I thought was ironic is that she called it SC, or right? And I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I think that's probably for like subconscious. And then I called it like that. I always jokingly would talk about the command center, which would be like CC, but hear me out, you know. In the subconscious energy, you have the flame, which is non-physical, but it has a presence, because fire isn't physical, but it could communicate in its own ways. Y'all sit and talk to candles and see how the air and the fire and the colors could communicate. So there could be a non-physical but visual sort of vision. It may be blurry, but you need to focus. Okay, and that could be real simple, because you could have a meditation or a dream, and the images you see in the dream may be very important. The images that you see in the dream could also be significant to your next move, because the Two of Swords could give this crossroad, which way we're going to go with it type deal. All right. Do I hold it or fold it? So that is super cute. Knowing is the calling. Okay, so this card represents knowing, which may be challenging to how to handle the situation. And if you are the mother in the situation, it's like, do you do the greater good sort of thing, or whatever this presents to us, right? Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter, and that's the student who's also the mentor that don't know shit but knows a lot, because if it's connected to the source mother, you know the innermost knowing. Like, you know without proof. But I think the rebellious, rigid, curious nature of Aquarius, air, the air birds, the messengers, whoever's in your environment, you, me, whoever, that's what creates the student, is the need to know. But it's already understood. You just want to know, or know more. So that's kind of cool too, for what it's worth. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. So there's a situation in the present moment, okay? But it could be past, present, future for whoever, or someone in your environment that could be life-changing. And once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of it. This is possibly you. And I knew this cross had something to do with like the crossroad energy coming from the vision that's given, like this Two of Swords. So it's this destiny and this creation of it, and then the two different, I want to say even paths, but let's keep going. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. Now, this also represents unanswerable questions, as well as asking others and over intellectualizing, contemplating the mystery. Okay, these two, I like this because this one doesn't have the attitude that this one has, and I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Okay, now let's move over to Don't Start Giggling, honey, because that'd be like agape, agape. Let's see here. It's also one of the spirit cards, or the stronger cards in the back of the book. If not the very last one. No, it's not the last one. Okay. Where is it? Because I love that it resembles like that 6-1 energy. And I said I wasn't going to bring up this point because I know y'all get tired of me like pointing shit out. But that would be like 7 wands for me. And it's always the 6 wands at the bottom. Excuse me. And you or whoever got that 7th wand and is not standing down. That's the energy Mars can bring to a collective. And the confusion in it, or not knowing who to be and which way to take it, is a passive aggressive energy of Mars and Pisces. So it could be something that simple, where there's the greater good and then the love you have for it. I love shopping, but for the greater good, maybe I don't need to shop at least 2 days out the week. Anyways, because you want a haircut or to change your look or whatever you just said, that'll do. Okay, I'll stop. Now, this is devotion and unconditional love, which is the future part of it. It's a reward. There's some sort of recognition. There's some sort of appreciation. What if instead of putting yourself at the center of your spiritual practice, you put God or Goddess first and see, here's God or Goddess over here, who is first, so that's cool. And maybe for some of us in doing so, it's going to alleviate what these two cards are bringing up for us that we're going to get to. Now, it is alive when we are in awe and wonder, our breath taken away by the sacred force that surrounds us and asks for nothing in return. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation, which is, this will be the initiant. Okay, so maybe the things in your subconscious, the things on your mind, or the fire that burns in your heart is what's being initiated into this situation, or someone in your environment maybe experiences something like this. It's an initiatory moment, and it can appear in any form, like healing balm to the modern soul. It affects lasts a lifetime. So we read one card that say you won't be the same no more, and then this card that say one thing is a lifetime kind of idea, a lifetime kind of decision, a lifetime kind of experience, and this said the same thing. So there's something about this whole entire lifetime and possibly that call into it, because the days back, look at that real close. Let me see if it give it to me real close. You see that fire in the, hold on, where is it? Up in there somewhere, child. That right there, the little guy in the mountain, child, with the fire, whatever. That card came up the other day where that's where you got to go into the calling, and the fire looks scary, but you're gonna live because it's water in there. And so it was like you got to go through the fire, and down there is the solution. And I thought, don't get me wrong, okay? I know I have a grand imagination. But when Isis was doing something she loved for her people that nobody else really wanted to do or could do, and she flew and got burnt up trying to get to the sun, and then the sun replenished her beauty, it was just kind of like having the guts to do it and risk yourself for it, tore her down. But it was restored. And that's the same energy that I kind of feel, or what's on my mind to understand, when you get up in that mountain and look in the cave and it's full of fire, right? But the crown has a more cooling energy, like the blue. The mentor has a resemblance to the flame, while the crown has a resemblance to the smoke of the flame and the cool of this devotion and unconditional love. So there is unconditional love, but at the same time, let me go back. This flame talked about, what did it talk about? The flame said the fire, the spark, the glimmer, and also the page of wands is the spark. And an unruly individual, honey, is also the spark. But it's also the idea. It's also the admiration. It's also the energy within itself. So there's love and there's the creation. Here's love, and there's the nurturing and taking care of it. And then here is the one built to learn through this, to run it back, take it back, do whatever, or getting caught up in it like it's bigger than the process. Okay, so we're gonna do that. But anyway, the card can indicate a spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and serve. Okay, so here is love and here is service. For a person that's into the mysteries and learning right from wrong, good, bad, true, false. This card also says it may also suggest you reassess what you worship every day, consciously or unconsciously. And that worship card did come up the other day too. What are you elevating? Where does the sacred ladder you climb ultimately lead to? service, reverence, honor, and joy on one side, and then it says righteousness and spiritual bypassing on the other side. Now that also sounds like me reading someone's compatibility chart, where I have one person who is exactly in the light and one person, I'm not calling them dark, but their behaviors, patterns mirror the terminologies we just heard for the dark. Is there a situation that you got to choose the greater good for over what you really want or love? Do you have to get a Kia, but you always wanted a Ferrari? I don't know. So, the vision is the dream. So for some of you guys, when I say pay attention to your dreams, it may have come in a little blurry, but you have to focus. When you're meditating, you have to focus. If you're struggling with meditating, possibly use the flame, because some people use the flame to help them focus. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can YouTube, because that's where I found it at, on YouTube a few years ago. I don't know, people candle gazed to help focus when meditating. So there's that. Okay. The vision also represents destiny toward which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision the moment we're born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. And remember, I said that some people say it's a key in the bottom of your heart. You got to unlock it. The Hierophant always trying to like gatekeep it. In tarot cards, I always see the Hierophant with the keys around his neck. Maybe he unlocked his heart, know God, and met Jesus all over again, and remembered his purpose or her purpose. But they say, even if you're not a religious person, people say, through heart activation, or the memories are in your heart. And then I agree with that, because the heart kind of like circulates the blood. And I know that the blood is like carries little microchips of memories in the DNA. And it even looks like that sometimes, kind of like what the computer programmers and stuff be seeing. So if it all flows through your heart, I can believe that's, where a lot of stuff at. So that just makes sense on all levels. So we all want to be near those with vision. So now we finna kick into our shapeshifter ass on this table, because we have been talking about that dark energy. We have been talking about the lurkers. Now, the birds with you all the time. The crows are always around with a message. They can bring a good or a bad omen. It could go both ways anyway. Usually when I see owls, it's a bigger deal, that you know better. The crows just be there. And I feel like they can give directions. They fly certain ways, may want you to look a certain way, may be telling you to miss your exit and you should go that way. But when I see an owl, the owl is always still for the most part sometimes. And it just, to me, be meaning serious business. But that's just how I feel. Usually in tarot, the owls come up, it's like a messenger of some sort. But who have they ever just laughed and joked with in any story? They clear cut got the message, usually connected to whatever Ray, who was it? Archangel Gabrielle is with, and it took me a long time to get cool with Gabby. I ain't gonna hold you. So it could be some serious business going on here. Yeah. Anyway, we walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. That could be serious business if you are on track to make a drastic change that could affect the next few years. Or the cards say the rest of your life. I ain't trying to be dramatic, but that's what it said. Okay? It says they emit energy more potent than any elixir. The people with the vision. So before you go, that makes sense. Okay, I got it. Before you go buying books, trying to sacrifice to the goat, because we don't bring everybody in on this plan. It's something within you that is more potent and powerful than something somebody else can tell you, or you can go study. That's impressive. It says, when we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting, lacking meaning. And some of these other cards on the dark side did talk about a lack and a dimming, and what could lead to some other behaviors that come off a bit more negative and could negatively infiltrate the collective, right? We go from just feeling a certain way to behaving a certain way, and that's affecting other people. That ain't nice, especially if you the visionary healer Gnostic mother mentor crone person. So it talks about a potent imagination, which some of you, that's the foundation of this whole thing. It talks about synchronicities, and oh my gosh, this is the whole point of this whole reading, because before I even opened this book or put these pieces together, I said trust. And let me tell you why. This crone was in a reading you had yesterday, and I was watching it with y'all on YouTube. And the crone was crossing the cosmic egg. And when I saw the crone standing on top of the same colorism that was in the cosmic egg, oh, that is the Seven of Swords. That's the Mary L. Tarot. Okay, and shout out to me for still having the first edition. I love her and I love them cards. I had to take a breath. Now, the serpent and the crone were having a fight, and you were in the middle. But in those cards, I think the serpent was on the bright side, and the crone was on the dark side. Oh man, that's my partner. That's crazy. I'm gonna be non-biased though. If the crone on the dark side, they're my little partners. I've always said that. God damn it. Shit. Alright. So anyway, in that reading, the cosmic egg from I think it's the Wild Unknown animal deck. And I could just show you guys. You got time? You guys going anywhere right now? Okay, if you got a second. Just got a moment. Oh, look, and it won't take long. Oh, crap! This card was up here. Ooh. This card was right here. This card was down here. I didn't even reshuffle them. This is just, that is insane. It was this. Okay, now I can stop. That is insane. So go through the readings, because you can't always just get something out, everything, every day, every 30 minutes, every hour, something new. Nah, sometimes we got to get it. We got to get it. So check this out. I thought of trust when I saw this, and then it's like I saw this. And I thought to myself, when has a bird ever went and landed on a person? They have to trust them to do that, to go land on their shoulder, when they go land on their arm or something like that. There's trust involved, and that's the first word that went through my mind. And look at him, the arm. But did the crone land on it, or is it gripping it? Did he catch it? That's a good question. We also got shapeshifters, so it's a person and a bird. Oh, and the person bird. Have y'all ever seen that movie? Cause I love who are they? They're not really Germanic. They are the Norse people. I got a strong connection to that collective. Alright. And it's a movie that was on Netflix where Thor and his stepbrother and the mom, look it up. I don't know. What was my point? Damn. Oh, one of the mentors, one of the people that was helping him. Oh, this is great. One of the people that was helping him. This is good stuff. One of the people that was helping him was an older lady that worked at the grocery store. And she could turn into a bird. That was her gift. So she was a shapeshifter. Just like his stepbrother, who could, well, he wasn't a shapeshifter, but he gave birth to a snake. God damn it. So somebody you love, and then you go against the teachings because of somebody you love. Oh man. Because she was telling him to chill. She was telling him all kind of stuff. But then the brother, the snake, got him caught up, got them figured out, and then the evil queen went and shot her. But she had been telling the Thor dude that had the hammer to chill, to do this, to do that, and he was kind of getting in his bag with it. He was kind of excited to be coming into his power. And he had it all figured out. Remember, and if y'all seen the movie, then the friends was like, fuck you. So he kind of fell out with everybody. And in that falling out, it hindered the program and the plan, the greater good or whatever. Then they didn't want to fool with him no more. Then his brother turned on him. Then he lost his broad. I think he lost his broad too. And so he was kind of, the whole movie dirty macked him into the weakling that he was at first before he was chosen for this great fate in the first place. But he came back around to it after he had to get out of his bag and chill, be a better team player, but regain the confidence and the inspiration to even be that guy. Because then when he realized what he had done to everybody, it was some guilt, it was some forget this altogether, but we still got to get this. And then the partner got shot that turned into the bird. Oh, it was bad. Yep. So it's kind of interesting, because if the owl is the mother who's the source and the teacher, and the crone is this little person that we're talking about, interesting concept, because they both kind of know everything to me, but I know what's best. You just know. Their discernment is different. So that's another part I was coming up with. And this was you, by the way. So if I'm like the crone, there's some trust over here. So anyway, yesterday that was you. So because of what I just said, I know what's best. But the crone has a different energy. The crone don't give a damn. Accept all, reject none, I don't care. Good, bad, or ugly, you ain't gonna shake me or rock me. The risk ain't worth the reward. I don't give a fuck. Shit, care. Right? So that is, I get that attitude. I do. So maybe raising the awareness, paying more attention. It's gonna help. Now, for some of you, this could involve finances, because I noticed, this is just my personal opinion, but have y'all ever noticed, I thought were the monks and the nuns and the priests, that they make these confines for people because it seemed like they didn't ever have a lot of money. And if you have to like spend all your time and you ain't doing nothing fancy, you don't work for no organization, they don't make a lot of money. So that's why they stayed at the church facility doing their job there, free room and board. But they didn't really, I ain't never seen them with no homes or no cars. They just wear their outfit and be at the place. So, you know, the money thing, because I'm seeing these coins, and you got 2 coins. We got change, and it's dead in my face. What has to change? Something in this mentor card. The mentor is either going to bring change, and I don't know if you're going to like it or not, because it's like the mentor said, I got to do it for the greater good, but I fuck with you, right? You could be telling somebody else that. If you got to choose and make a decision based on something new that comes to you, okay? Hey, I can't tell you how it's going. It's collective. But I see coins here. And I see 2 different sides of the coin. I see a star on this side, and I see a circle on this side. Okay. This one is prettier. But this one comes with much more. So it's like the surface level look of something that ain't even clear on what the fuck it is, or something that looks very detailed and looks like it's a direct reflection of whatever it is reflecting from or to. I see a mountain, I see 2 birds, I see 4 hands, I see the darkness, I see the lines, the meditation, and the, what do they call it? What is it called? The graph? You know, in the Matrix, you got the lines. And then when you meditate real deep, sometimes you see lines. But some people just see darkness and like images. And it's like, how do I got to put it together? I don't know. All right. Okay. My point was, change is here, which talks about getting afloat. Could also have talked about financial embarrassment. And some are becoming aware of it. And that is hard for some. It's like, I got to do what's best for the greater good, even if it's something that I didn't originally want. Okay? But we're going to get over to the shapeshifter, right? Because I already told you the possibilities of my first mind when I saw the shapeshifter was a good thing. When I looked over the cards after they were shuffled out, the shapeshifter, I chuckled because it's two things being true at the same time and always for good. It wasn't a good or bad, but it could come off bad to somebody that didn't know what the fuck they was talking about or hadn't seen the whole situation clearly. Right? And it's like, what do you mean by that? Well, spirit to me is loving and supportive and just there, and it's God. It's like the Holy Spirit, and that's pure, and the good guys, right? That is great. That is love and light. Oh my God. Also, I think it like me, right? And it's kind of like a little sister, a daughter, a cousin, a homegirl, like that type of relationship where we cool. And if it ain't cool with you, like it's cool with me, you might have an issue with it. All of that unconditional still is subjective. Not gonna hold you. Because I've felt and I've understood and I've heard the feelings, I can't say thoughts, but the expression of how it feels when somebody fucking with me that ain't supposed to be and I wasn't fucking with them. Right? It's the same way I feel, where I don't mind sometimes being Starfire. Where I'm the goofy thing that's like talking about sugar cookies and puppies, and at the same time skin melt off and bones get put in bags, but for a good reason and out of love, because I wasn't fucking with you. And then when you bother me, I don't even get crazy. Then I will turn my cheek, because I like Christ. He cool. I'm not a Christian, but the principles of the Christ consciousness are admirable, and I aim to be a master, so I fuck with it. So I'll turn a cheek, maybe two, because that's that Pisces where you give them 800 chances, right? So after like the first cheek, the second cheek, and you popping it, that's what I was gonna call this reading. I forgot. I was like, they popping on you Pisces, because on my first mind I was like, that shape-shifting energy where you gotta come up out that and get up in that and not have no guilty conscience about the shit that you gotta do. But it's good to have a broad perspective, right, of what could be possible. This card is like, take the high road. Sure, yeah, I've already said that. All right, I'm not trying to change nobody. Okay, but those are martyrs, and everybody. I even got martyr in my chart. I think it's Pisces and something actually, and I was like, fuck that. See, I like that Aquarius energy. Fuck that. That's why the crown got that star right there. I'm just nosy. I just want to see some things. But it's like, what's going to get us there the fastest way? Enlightenment. This is Pisces right there. Baby, to go from the feet, being tied up, to then being on the ground. Oh, shit. I'm nosy. Sorry. Okay, so, what was my point? Yeah, so I know what that feel like. For something people think is so sacred and holy and pure, don't play, man. Well, I don't even know why people think that, but I don't try to diminish people's dreams or argue with folks. Because the Muslim culture sure know God is being having a rage, right? So that's shape-shifting to me, where I do see spirit, right, as being this. But if the wrong person do the wrong thing, I have felt it in my heart and have been able to heal from the agreement that me and spirit had that wasn't cool, and I'm gonna get that motherfucker. So I was like, cool, if you get them, I won't get them. And that could just be spirit saying that to keep me from being locked up, but I don't think so, because I've had some feedback here and there, and I didn't wish shit on the motherfucker. I was hurt. I was in disbelief. I got popped it on. I turned the cheek, motherfucker popped it on me. And then boom. I'm not gonna tell you what happened to him. But That's shape-shifting. I was minding my business in my own energy and love, but because of the inner truth and my dual nature and the greater good, you can fuck around and find out. I don't know, but let's get back to the shapeshifter. Now, if it's something derogatory, right, because it's some situations that you guys have prayed about and said, if whoever ain't for me, I want to walk away from them. Let me stop using that condescending ass voice. You know how you pray sometimes to say, whatever's not for me, get away from me. Whoever ain't for me, show them to me. Or I want better in my life. Or I want to change. Or all those prayers been answered. So there could be people in the environment and or situations. It could be a goddamn call center worker, a real estate agent, baby. Don't think it's just Cujo or Kojak that you used to. That comes one way, but it's something else, to see if you really about that. Whatever you've learned or whoever you're trying to be. Okay? So the shapeshifter in this conversation, because I already told you what I thought, because the lady in the movie that shapeshift from the store working lady to the bird was magical and was an ancestor that was there to guide this young man through making that hammer and doing this fated event. You know, so that ain't nothing wrong with that, and it's right next to them, so I couldn't leave that out, right? But to be clear for all sides of the spectrum here, the shapeshifter also has the number 15. No shade to Capricorn or the devil, okay? Just reading the card. The trickster, the elusive, the formless. Now keep in mind on this same row, hold on, wait. What is formless? That is energy. What is fire and energy with the devil number, the devil card, the 15? You got that? Okay, you got it. All right, that's in spirits, okay? So the shapeshifter has a love for theater, games, and trickery. So some dramatic motherfucker, because Mars and Aries season is drama and action, okay? Maybe even a little tricky, because I'm telling you, like, Aries have always just bought the best gifts for me. Anyway, so its energy appears as one thing only to reveal a more complex story. And we saw up here that it was some confusing shit going on. It was blurry, but you could focus, because in the back of your mind and in your gut, you know. But like, as far as what you can see so far, it ain't came into form yet. And spirit is like, you're good, chill. Any doubt, any fears, any obsessive behavior, any overthinking, all that is that energy right there that has to be healed and transmuted, okay, and grounded, okay? So chill. Love creates chill. Changing your awareness creates chill. Or lastly, and my favorite, saying fuck everything creates chill. It's my favorite. Good or bad, win, lose, or draw. Fuck it. And not in a negative way. It gotta be an honest nothingness of fuck it. It can't be a spiteful, you hurt inside, fuck it. And it can't be some arrogant, overly aggressive, egotistical ass fuck it. It has to be a neutral, honest fuck it. Or it ain't the crown energy if it ain't like that. So anyway, the shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is a side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. Well, I did mention Aquarius, and I feel attacked as an Aquarius moon person. So all the Aquarius moon or Aquarius people watching this, don't feel attacked. But, and I done pulled this card out, I feel attacked. Anyway, we need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our experience. When the shapeshifter card appears, it is important to imagine you are looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focused lens. At any time, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision. Okay? An enchanting vision. Love that. Than you ever imagined. So this is what you imagine right? Because I said image. I did say that. Imagination, it is the flame, it is thought. And I said, God, make them in your image. You mean, oh, my imagination with this wand and my flame? Cool, right? Then the two things that could be true, especially for star seeds, okay, where this is God's love, and the Gnostic is, that's sweet, but what's true? And here is, ooh, don't be coddling nobody either, too, because that's coddling. When you choosing this over what's for real, I don't know about this. I know a lot of coddlers. I don't fucking coddle, because it's always some weasel fake ass shit deep down in the coddler that make them do that type of shit in the first place. And I don't like someone who purposefully denies the truth because of their own bias and their emotions. I don't like that. Maybe that's why I went to law school. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell y'all this story, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I had a situation happen, and some people was coddling a person that was out of line because it was their friend. And if they had experienced it, they had fainted, slit their face open. But because I didn't have the relationship with them that person had, they coddled the fuck out of that situation. Guess what I did? Outside of cussing everybody out, I think I removed myself energetically, physically, all of that, because I'm like, this is some shape-shifting, fake-ass, goofy drama shit. Are y'all even real friends? Like, are you slow? Like, it was Twilight Zone. You gotta be slow. You gotta be slow. I'm not finna coddle somebody just because I know them and something is not right, something is inaccurate, or something is immoral, or whatever. I'm not coddling them because I know them. I probably gonna go up on them or do whatever you want me to do to them, but I'm not going to pretend that I'm dumb and don't see what's going on because I like this person, or they my cousin, or my son, or whatever. That's ignorant. So either you slow, which is cool, or you trying to play with me. And if you trying to play with me, I don't know. So yeah, it says be wary though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted and yearning for solid ground. Dancing long term with the shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to the center. The heart is the center. And there's always a tether. There's always a tether every lifetime. No matter what form you come in, there's a tether back, because you're a mystic that's connected to the Great Mother, and all that can see, you can see through darkness, and she can too, and all that good stuff. So there was still consistent shadow side of exhaustion. I was tired of the motherfuckers. So, and I know this isn't for me because this shit old, but I resonated with something familiar, and we are in April 2nd. So don't think, oh, they're talking to you. Nah, because I don't flip cards for me. Really, I used to when I first started, but yeah. So never get that twisted. I like to include a practical and relatable interpretations because my original subscribers liked it. So if y'all be like, shut up, you're long-winded, read from the book, or just keep it short, put your feedback in the comments. This shapeshifter is also vibrant, adaptive, and humorous. The shapeshifter and the crone could be great friends. And that's what's fucked up, because the crone is also connected to source. And imagine it being friends with the shapeshifter. And I'm telling you, spirit is kind of like that, because what I thought about Holy Spirit or religion, because of my Catholic, Christian, Gnostic upbringing, yeah, it changed a lot. Chill. I would have never imagined, once I actually met the Holy Spirit, that it had somewhat, I don't want to say a personality, but even if it's like, okay, now I'm getting into sci-fi. Oh my God, if I could get all my thoughts out without just jumping from them so fast. You know, in the Flash, when the source power came through as something relatable to him, I don't know if the Holy Spirit just takes what I would think is funny, you know what I'm saying, and has that sort of relationship with me because of who I am. But It is nothing like what they teach about in the books. There is like humor, and it's a little bit, it's not dark, it's whatever you, I can explain it. So if I'm like about that shit, I'm like, I'm gonna ball their face off, I'm gonna get them. It don't be like, you better not, you don't, you lay down and you meditate and you stop that. It be like, yeah, get them, you know, type deal, knowing that whatever's truly in my heart is exactly what's gonna happen, which is I'm probably not gonna do that. And if I ever did that, they really deserved it. So I'm aware that I probably only got like 1 to 3 bodies to catch in this lifetime without any trouble. But I don't even want that. I just want to mind my business, and I want people to mind their business. But that's scary. That's scary, and I want y'all out there, don't be messing with people, because you never know who has a past at 1 to 3 bodies in this lifetime that don't count against them, and you ain't gonna even matter. Stop messing with people. So anyway, that's for the shapeshifter that is not a nice, fair, humorous shapeshifter. If you fucking with somebody that the crone cool with, I don't know if it's gonna take that fucking approach to somebody they cool with, because love is involved. And also it could be their higher self type energy. It's a long story. Where until you activate your heart and your light body, you won't even feel no Holy Spirit. You won't even be able to connect with no spirit until you've done that. So I don't know if somebody got a familiar, like Kevin Gates be saying, connected to them, a sage connected to them, the Holy Spirit itself connected to them, whatever their star power is that they're a student of connected to them, and they have the capacity to shapeshift on your ass, which I think is my Pisces. Y'all might want to be cool, cross watchers. Might want to be cool. But that's what I got. I said I was going to take some extra couple of cards, but this would be so good. It was so good. I want to take, god damn, I knew this was the case. When I said the mom kid, or the negative energy, the spirits, the needing to ground ourselves, or a mother in your environment, they got some abusive ass mamas, or like somebody's deliberating on coming forward or coming toward a person about something. See, a past person, or the choice of the decision too that's killing them. It could be about love, or it could be a child, a marriage even. Ooh. And then I saw the 3 of Cups, so the gossip and the 2 birds is consistent, but also with an invitation or a celebration of some sort, because they say when you see the perched birds, I saw it in the teacup cards. Every time that card came up and I did the Pisces reading, I got a call, I got some money, I got a client, I got something. So it was never like bad news for me, but it's some kind of news. Okay, it's a surprise from the crone. Oh, you're like, how I know that? Because I just saw it in my cards. It's definitely a surprise. It's exciting. It's going to change how you feel about some things. Some of y'all are bored, and I think you're going to have more energy to plan and engage. That's kind of dope. I ain't stretching it. That's what I have, and I hope that it helps. Until next time.